ding, beep 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 ding,
of this Xerox paper shell of a to-be successful life. As I select, I copy, I paste myself onto the styrofoam-formed puppet of a coffee cup, filled with Starbucks' coffee, black liquid only second to text annoying.
Sexy, sexy, sexy! Flashes on a pixeled margin of a humming blue Lenovo screen that laughs at me for believing that math is something more than a preconceived concept of marginally different widget, the corporate god that we lust to shove down our lower upper middle classless orifice of a mouth.
I control.
Oh, delete my spirited personhood as copy after copy of my unfranchised resume tax itself to blogs and other employer piss-board screening tests. Ready to not utilize my labor, whose value they see rooted in the words of a dead book's man, imagined through their cubicle minds.
My blue-white collar ability to pretend that shitload, several loads of work swung over my shoulder in paper-cut, sliced hands constituent marginal societal benefit is the microwaved, micromanaged TiVo dinner that I watch myself defecate on YouTube. That I watch myself devour. That I watch myself devour the corpse of a young spruce played out in front of this overglorified, undersimplified punch connected to my spine. They call it a body. Only to glean lost begun knowledge of those Romanized Greeks living in the incestuous dredges of bow-raped Europa. Snap! Crackle!
Costco the bones of civilized, remilitarized jihadist mothers and children as our publicly funded drones unleash terror on the cradle of Mesopotamia. As our maestros drone on in dusty-minded classrooms, more fit to train factory workers than educate the citizens they call Americana.
I scream and rattle the cage of post-baptized youth and take the dangled keys of the magic number 18 to vote, only to find myself in a maze of prefabricated office spaces where
the co-operate workers gather around the water cooler to discuss the discursive, hotly spun media bullshit plattered out on plates because Fox is fascist and CNN, damn it, they're communists.
So why don't we two buddy-buddy and take the too often quoted dose
and burn some dissidents.
I turn over the bizarre course of yesterday's daily routine and recall the shouting Bengali's chant. Where's your mother? Where's your mother?
I live funded backwards stream of yours, motherfuckers, because I'm too scared to take the red pill. To plunge down the rabbit hole of cliche out-of-body experiences with smoke and hallucinations. Damn it, the floor is made of lava. And I don't want to get my Indonesian spun Nike just freaking do it punks dusty or wet or scuffed. No! I want to be a Maasai warrior on a Baha'i vision quest on the slopes of Russia with my Catalonian charger. I want to breathe in that ancient air of dust and water and all that is holy. And I want to shake my fist at the thundering sky.
They tell me that just because I'm fat doesn't mean I'm not hungry. And that PETA might show up on my doorstep with a legal pad and a decapitated homeless man if I sign that petition, or better yet, Add some homegrown, lean and clean fire behind change, so real it would erupt. Two halves of a human being back into one whole unmisanthrope. We would be proud to call sibling. Instead, I just pour out these words on a piece of paper that need to reorganize themselves. Hold up, not so fast! That might not even see the day of light. But hell.
C'est la vie, so it goes. This too shall pay it forward, to let it be passed on to the generation after next. I got a password for this lockstep march to the catwalk, through the void of bodies, trying to make love more exciting than a ring and a finger and a cake and a doghouse to hide your feared muse in. Instead, I want to dance. The cacophonies what laughs and tears and pleasures as sweet as smiled similes.
But it's time!
To wear a pretty polo and get a pretty boyfriend. So you could wear a pretty dress suit. Without it, you're just a bum-fired loser. Too trusty to lie and get ahead. And you're just gonna go back behind your trust fund car and suck cock to get ahead. So you meet a pretty
Boy.
And girls with pretty little heads, who the pretty petty feds can count and say you're centrally represented, while we spawn this systematically hyperpolarized mob of voices.
My eyes
Too loud! And myriad to be heard without falsity.